I'm Molly Cox with SA2020, and this is the very first, we're blazing ground here with on the set of Wit at the Cellar Theater in the Public Theater San Antonio. And I'm here with Norma, who is with Martinez Street Women's Center. And the reason that she's here is because SA2020 and the Public Theater have a really cool partnership that we've been doing this entire season, where we connect an SA2020 partner to a production that the Public Theater is doing so that you can carry on the conversation and actually get involved after a production has happened. So for the production of Wit, we've partnered with Martinez Street Women's Center, and Norma is here to tell us all about the Martinez Street Women's Center. But first, I like that. Yes. But first, we wanted to talk a little bit about Wit itself, which is about a woman, Vivian Baring, who has been diagnosed with ovarian cancer, and we sort of see the treatment and her last few days while she's in the hospital. And originally, when we started talking about who might be a great community partner for that, immediately I remembered Martinez Street Women's Center's community health programs, because you work with women and their health, and I thought it would be a perfect opportunity for you to tell us a little bit more about it.
Yeah, for sure. So our community health program is multidisciplinary, as I like to describe it.
Okay.
Because we at MSWC don't believe that health is just about what happens at a hospital or a clinic. It's about the whole person. One of the biggest focuses we have is our Live to See It campaign, which focuses on particularly breast cancer awareness.
Okay.
It first started because the east side of San Antonio, where we reside, has actually some of the greatest, highest risk of late stage diagnosis.
Oh, okay.
And so we wanted to definitely target particularly Black and Brown folk that we work with to make sure that they live to see those moments in their life with their family, whether it's to see their daughter graduate from college, whether it's a new job, right? Or maybe they're becoming a leader in their community. We want to make sure that women put themselves first, because we're often put ourselves behind, right?
Yeah.
And so we definitely try to go out into the community, whether it means block walking, whether it's going to the local schools and conversing with families, particularly with mothers, and getting them to seek care, right? And we try to always partner up with local agencies that provide free or low-cost mammograms, clinical breast exams. And we have a really great partnership with those agencies like UHS and Chris Santa Rosa, SAISD school districts, as well as the local public libraries in San Antonio, where we can take that to the women.
So if somebody lives in the areas that you serve, and you said east side of San Antonio, and they wanted to find out more to potentially get involved in the program, like get a breast exam at a lower rate or lower cost, how would they go about doing that?
Yeah, for sure. So we have a couple mediums. Number one is we are definitely very active on social media.
Okay.
So if they follow us on MSWC, Facebook, Instagram, or a quick call, I can provide that right now.
Yes, please tell us that phone number.
210-908-9772.
I want that to pop up right here.
Exactly, right there, right here. And just a quick call and ask for the community health manager, myself, Norma. Okay. And we can quickly set you up with a low-cost mammogram or free mammogram with a clinical breast exam as well.
So there's other things about Martinez Street Women's Center that also struck me, particularly for this show. So the main character of the play is a professor. She loves literature. She's like this super educated woman. And Martinez Street Women's Center, I mean, it sort of gives it away in the name, right? Women's Center, feels very strongly about providing opportunities for girls.
Yeah, and definitely, that's one of our best ways for us that we can definitely serve the community. So our other program is the Girls Zone program that serves in the summer, we serve all the way to high schoolers, 18-year-olds.
Okay.
In a free spring break, during school, and after school summer camp.
Okay.
And in this camp, we focus on STEAM, right? Science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics.
Brilliant.
Okay. Because we definitely want our girls to feel that their voice isn't going to be stifled. We want to build that voice because, oftentimes as women grow up or as young girls grow up, we get stifled and put back. But we don't want that to happen. We want to make sure that these girls can say, hey, I can make change in my city. I can make change in my school. And that's what our educators go out to do, right? And so we try to really run from the bottom up. And what that means is we try to get as much head forwardness from the girls themselves, right? Say, how do you want the program to run? Oh, we want to know more about how to combat bullying. Okay, great, let's do that.
I love that.
And we definitely want our girls to go on that trajectory to eventually go into college, and then maybe even after that, master's and doctorate degrees, right? So they can be going into schools themselves or professors, and spreading the word of how they can make an impact in their city and their world.
I love that so much. It just so happens, I realize that this is probably going to come out, this particular video will come out and play for a little bit, but it just so happens to be International Women's Day today. So this makes like, it feels kismet. It feels like it should, cosmic, if you will, that we are talking to you today. So what else do we need to know about Martinez Street Women's Center?
Well, I definitely want to make sure that everybody knows that everybody can come to us. People don't necessarily need to be coming from the east side.
Okay.
We have people coming from the south, north, west side, from all across the city to partake in our different activities. Okay. So like I mentioned before, we focus a lot on breast health, but we also offer parenting classes, right? Because honestly, I think that every person who's a caretaker needs to get some kind of, support in parenting, right? And another one that we just started is our new Women's Zone program, because we're trying to build a community for local women, whether they're, your neighbor or a professor at Trinity University, to come together and partake in different workshops, monthly workshops. For instance, the first was on de-stressing and expressing. So we had a writer from Gemini Inc. come and do a workshop with the women. We're going to do leadership workshops. We're going to be doing mechanic workshops to share that information and share that knowledge with local women and to build that network. Because oftentimes it can be lonely. Especially if there's so many stresses that happen in your life, then we want to make sure that we have a community built for women by women.
That's awesome. So there's a couple of ways that you could probably get involved with Martinez Street Women's Center. The first one is, however, when you buy your tickets to the public theater, you can also designate to give more of your dollars to Martinez Street Women's Center directly, and that goes for the rest of the season. But there are other ways, obviously, that people can get involved. So what are those?
Yeah, for sure. I think the best way that people can involved is to volunteer or intern with our program. So online, you can find our intern sign-up sheet. And right there, just describe what kind of background you have. And we always are in the search for volunteers and interns because they're we want to make sure that the information that we have at our center is disseminated throughout university students, throughout local high schoolers, local women, right, who just want to get more experience, and to share that with their community bodies, right? So that's the main one, interning with us. We have also a running volunteer list that we usually call up. Not every day, we're not spammers, but whenever we have a large event, like for instance, next week we have not next week, the week after, Big Give is coming up.
Yes.
We're going to need a lot of volunteers for that. Yeah. So come see us on what's called March 22nd.
That's right.
Paper Tiger, please.
That's awesome.
I'm volunteered through there.
Okay.
Or just call us up and say, hey, I'm a reporter for this. I can definitely help in your social media. Like anything like that, we're always willing to bring in.
Amazing. Real quick, I know I'm going to go sideways for just a second, but I want to ask you the question. How did you get involved with Martinez Street Women's Center?
Me, myself?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, if you really want to know.
We're going back in the day.
So I actually did my undergrad in California, but I am from San Antonio, born and raised here. And I felt that I wasn't serving the community that I wanted to serve when I was in California. And I was like, Norma, you need to go back to your barrio, your community, and be with your community, your family, and really bring what you learned in California back to San Antonio. And I stumbled across MSWC and I fell in love. I was like, I want to be part of an organization that puts women first, women and girls. And I don't want to be in the background. I want to be making money moves, as Cardi B says, right? And help others make those moves. Okay. Right? And so that's how I fell in love with MSWC.
I love that so much. All right. So you've heard about them. You should get involved with them after this show is over and ongoing. I thank you for being here. Thank you for being here for our very first On the Set of.
No problem.
I want to be Oprah. So this is like getting me very, very close. I'm like,
a car?
Yeah, duh. Oh. You can have a car. No one else can because I don't have them to give out. But you can have one. Just rain check. Like I can. All right. I owe you. All right. Thank you so much. Check them out. What is the website?
Yes, it's mswc.com.
Okay, there you go. Thank you so much.